Hey, this is Ben with Harvest Profit, and today we're going to look at using the scenario tool to track your actual expenses versus your budget expenses. If you haven't used the scenario tool yet, you can find that under the default button here or within your settings. But to manage your scenarios, you can click this drop down and you can either add scenarios or switch between scenarios you've already created. So the question we get a lot is how do I compare the budget for my 2021 year or whatever year you're working in? So how do I compare that budget to my actual expenses? So the answer is once you've created your budget for the crop year is to create a scenario. So what I did is I already went through and created a scenario for 2021 and we're going to pull it up. And what this is an exact copy of my original account. So this lets me either create this scenario and leave it off on the side for analysis later on. You can create as many copies as you want. So you could create a copy of this scenario and tweak some like a higher level budget versus a basic budget. But the main principle is that I now have a copy of my account, which lets me go back to that default, which I was creating that budget off of. And since I've already saved that budget to a different scenario, I can now come in and clear out my applications. And then you can start doing things like importing the data right off your machine data. As you can see here, we have imported a tank mix and a seeding application from the machine data. And now we can compare what actually happened to what we budgeted to happen in the field. And now beyond that, we can go to our P&L and we can actually use our P&L analysis tool to look at the differences. So we're going to go to the P&L analysis, and we're going to pull up our 2021 year or whatever year you're working in and compare the default to the budget scenario. And as you can see below, we're now calculating the differences between the 2 years or the two scenarios, and you can look at how did my budget perform versus how did my actual 2021 or whatever year you're using actually perform. So if you have any questions on how to set this up, you can email us support at harvestprofit.com or schedule a call by going to harvestprofit.com/call. Thanks.